Hello everyone, thanks for joining us for this practical demo webinar. My name is Kate Kim, Senior Product Marketing Manager responsible for all things UEM in solution marketing. I'm joined by Jason. Would you like to introduce yourself real quick?
Yeah, thanks, Kim. My name is Jason Forsgren. I am a Principal Product Manager here at Ivanti, working on most things UEM.
Thank you, Jason. So today we're going to cover flexible paths to the cloud with hybrid UEM options at Ivanti. So I'm going to walk you through why Ivanti Hybrid UEM solution is a great option for you if you're evaluating cloud migration with your organization. And Jason is going to walk us through the two available options. There are two different paths to the cloud and show us some demos. Okay. Let's just quickly overview if you're not familiar with the hybrid UEM solution available at Ivanti. So Ivanti's hybrid UEM solution enables a self-paced migration from on-prem to cloud, endpoint management, and actually so much more that we are going to cover later with regards to DEX capability. So there's no rip and replace your existing infrastructure. That's one of many benefits. So that's why we call it self-paced migration. And this hybrid deployment option allows Ivanti Endpoint Manager on-prem, which I'm assuming a lot of you or most of you have now, to run alongside with Ivanti Neurons for DEX, which is cloud native. So this flexibility option provides two paths to the cloud and two available paths depends on your organization's needs. So we're making sure giving you options and flexibility, ensuring a smooth and manageable transition to the cloud. So yes. So what are the benefits and advanced capability you're going to get only available in the cloud? So Ivanti offers contextual insights and intelligent automation to detect and fix device issues, ensuring a seamless user experience. The Neurons platform supports self-healing and features a low-code, no-code automation platform driven by AI with out-of-the-box and custom bots for many different use cases. Ivanti also provides a DEX score for not only devices. A lot of vendors in this space measure performance of device endpoints and devices, but we go beyond that device level. So people and organizations, along with the dashboard for critical KPI measurement and performance. What about the troubleshooting and remote control and remote help capability? So our workspace integrates with ITSM solutions to speed up issue resolution, allowing service desk level 1 to diagnose and fix issues without having to trigger remote control, which can impact your employees' productivity a lot of time. And what about real-time data, device data, and sensor technology? So our technology makes sure you have up to minute visibility and integration with Ivanti Neurons for patch management, which is actually optional to this migration path, ensures security, enhances security and the employee experience. So we're going to go now. So I'm going to turn it over to Jason. He's going to walk us through these two options available for the migration.
Yeah, thanks, Kate. As Kate had mentioned on it, we have some migration SKUs that allow you to migrate to Neurons for DEX from Endpoint Manager or EPM. On this slide, as you can see on the left, in the middle left column, the middle right there, and under EPM, it shows our functionality. And then on the right, it's what you get when you migrate up to neurons for DEX. Some of them are overlapping. We have a world-class discovery, as you're aware. We have inventory, we have connectors, we have remote control, and we have software disks. In Neurons, we call it app deployment, but it is your software disk that you guys have came to know. From Neurons only perspectives, we have a digital employee experience, or DEX, consolidated asset views, better look at discovery and connectors in one place. We have real-time and smart advisors. We'll talk IT analyst workspaces. We'll jump into a lot of this during the demo. And then we also have patches and add-on that's available in both EPM and in Ivanti Neurons. There is a patch SKU for Neurons for patch that we'll briefly cover as well when we jump in there. The big missing piece that we have right now from Neurons, as you can see on the left, is OS provisioning. Your OS deployment is still available in EPM, and that's part of the reason for this migration SKU. Is the migration SKU allows you to have the best of both worlds. You can still do your OS deployment, and you can move up into Neurons and take advantage of the other pieces, and you can run them in tandem or in parallel. It's not an either or option. We'll talk a little bit more about that as well. We'll also look into the demo at that. The other option that we have that we're going to bring up, and I'm not going to cover a whole lot today, is we do have a migration to Neurons for UEM. And what UEM gives you over the Neurons for DEX is it gives you the MDM for iOS, macOS, Android, and Windows. We do have iOS we have macOS and Windows MDM in EPM, but if you're really looking for that result MDM solution, we will have it there. So that is another SKU. Go ahead and talk to your sales representatives about which other SKU works best for you guys. And with that, we are going to jump into the demo, and I am going to stop if it cooperates.
So while you're switching over to the demo, we have a poll question. So please when you go see the right side of the screen, there's a poll question. Have you considered moving to the cloud? Yes or no? So please answer them for us. So we'll check back after this demo.
All right, excellent. Thanks, Kate, on that call out for the poll. I missed it popping up. So we're going to talk about all things Neurons today. You guys understand EPM well enough on this, since it's a migration one. So let's go ahead and talk about Neurons on it. We'll cover EPM in other sessions as we go forward. As always, ask questions. If we have time at the end, we'll answer some, or you can reach out to any of us on this, and we can answer them directly on a one-on-one scenario. So when you log into Neurons, I've already logged in, so you don't see the login screen, but we have this home page and the landing page, and this is kind of your starting page point on it. This is a demo tenant, so we have various data in here. We have 51 manageable devices on this tenant. We've seen 76 devices total. You can drill into various things that grab your attention. Devices discovered with unknown OSs, your DEX scoring. We can look into that. But let's this is after you've got set up. But let's talk about getting set up and moving on to it. So the first thing we want to do is let's come down, and we're going to look at the very first thing we need to do is have an agent, right? Let's get your agents installed. Now you can run a Neurons agent and an EPM agent at the same time. So you don't have to worry about, well, is it managed in EPM or is it managed in Neurons? Ideally, what you would do is you would set your both agents up and slowly migrate off on your EPM ones, and slowly uninstall the EPM ones and just have the Neurons agent. But this is a migration SKU that it does not have a time limiter on it. It's not that you have to migrate within 90 days or 120 days. If it takes you a year plus to get all your guys caught up and migrated, that's not a problem. We expect that and support that. So in your agent configuration, we have agent management. But let's talk about agent policies first. Agent policies are your settings within the agent on how what we refer to as engines in Neurons operate within the agent framework. So for this, we'll create a policy real quick. We will call this JF demo 2 because there's probably already a JF demo in there. And you could give it a description if you wanted on the policies. And then you're looking at your capabilities. What can this agent do for me? Does it participate in active discovery? Great if you're in an environment, network environment that you want to see it. I would not push this to devices that are home, roaming devices, anything along those lines, because you're going to get a lot of weird things back in your database that you don't really need. This is really if you still have people at office or machines that are always in an office, some type of controlled corporate environment. Connector server, allow it to import data from the connectors. Very few machines need this as an infrastructure piece, but you want to be able to do it. The big ones you want is the end user interface components, app disk. We want app disk on this guy. You can install the app portal. We can do a configuration, automation for frameworks, edge intelligence, which we'll talk about here in a minute. If you notice inventory was always there, you always have to have inventory. We'll give it patch as well, power and remote control too as well. And you can default your system defaults or your various demos here for what you've set up on that way. So if we create this policy, you can come in, you can look at your agent settings as well. Your download from endpoints. Are we able to download? Are we downloading from preferred servers? Our bandwidth, things you are used to seeing within Endpoint Manager are controlled here within the agent settings. Reboot experience as well. This is for reboot primarily for patch, but it does have some other pieces on reboot that is controlled. You can set them, adjust them, mandatory, never reboot. If it's a server type thing, critical infrastructure, you want to control it. And then we have maintenance windows as well. Maintenance windows are only in patch right now, but you can set your maintenance windows up in that point. So we go ahead and create this policy on it. We now have it tells you what version it is. I can create an enrollment key that does it, which we'll need here in a minute. So let's give it a key and create it. We'll use in that September demo. I created the key earlier for another one. And we have agent endpoints and tell you who's been deployed to this policy. So now that I have this policy created, I will come into my agent deployment itself. And now that we have the agent deployment, we can do a deployment via the Neurons push installation. We can get started there, or we can do a manual one. For this demo, we're going to talk about manual one. So what we're going to want to do is choose the agent policy that we created. I called it JF Demo 2. And that has all those settings there. We're going to do a enrollment key. The September key I created on the activations left. This activation expired somewhere in like 28. You can set for how long this key lives. It can live for a day. It can live for a month. It can live till 2028, like I set mine, because this is a demo box. I'm not worried about this key being in the environment, compromised, anything along those lines. And then you can pick what endpoint operating systems this is for. Is it Windows, Mac, or Linux? As you noticed in there, or you might have noticed in there, all those agent policies didn't have anything that were Windows or Mac specific. They were things like remote control, patch, discovery settings. So for this one, we're going to talk about a Windows one. And then you can choose your mode, because this is being pushed. Is it interactive or is it silent? If it's silent, this gives you your command line prompt on it. And then I can download this and install its exe, as you can see. And then if you put this in the mode unattended on this information in your command prompt, or in an EPM package, for example, it will go out and install the Neurons agent for you in a silent mode. You also have the same options on Mac, or on Linux. You just have the version. We'll pick Enterprise 8. It doesn't have the silent install because Linux operates a little bit differently. But so then once you have this, we're ready to deploy this out. You can download this out here this way, and it will download it. If I hit download, you'll see it popped, and it gives me my download options. And it saves it to wherever I have my download saved to. And I now have an executable called Ivanti Cloud Agent EXE that I can go ahead and deploy out that way. And then we're ready to go. If we had done other deployment, we can come in and find a device we want to push it to, and that same policy will find the JF Demo 2. deploy automatically or deploy from somebody else. Remember, I had that option for deploying with an endpoint that was already out there, maybe. You can see some of these guys are there. And then I could find my device here and target him that way. To right now, we don't have anything set up that way for this demo because an agent install is an agent install. It takes a few minutes, and we, like a cooking show, we've already baked it, and so we're going to come to our devices and take a look at what a Neurons agent looks like. So when this guy responds, he's being a little slow today. I apologize. If I come look at this guy, you can see I found this machine I already have. I've logged in. He last scanned yesterday or 2 days ago. It looks like on the 30th. Gives me a digital experience score, a little bit things at a glance, but I want to drill into him and see a little bit more information. So now I'm going to come in and I'm presented with this machine. I get his IP address. I get various information, the digital experience score. He's really busy right now. CPU's at 65%, memory's at 75%. Probably need to go see what's going on with him. That's a little high on it. His storage is on. He's almost out of storage. He has 2 gigs left on a Windows box. I can see various odds and ends about it. And then I have my actions. I can create an incident if I have this tied to an ITSM install. I can do an installation of an app if I have any apps that are pre-staged to do that are on-demand apps that we'll talk about here in a minute. Execute a script. I can do remote control. Let's go ahead and remote control them. And because the way this thing's set up now, you can see it's the standard remote control that we have, and I can log into him with the remote control. Looks just like the EPM remote control. We have the control alt deletes, we have the resolution, we have all that information available for us in remote control. And so as you can see, it does open a new tab. This share, I apologize, did not show that new tab, but it did open this in a new tab for you. So we're going to go back to this page. And so there's your remote control options. On that, you have various other options. We have custom actions because this is a demo tenant. All kinds of people have created custom actions that you can look at and see what they're doing. You can run a browser extension, check it, clean disk, etc. A lot of these are bots that we have created, and we'll go ahead and talk about bots here in a few minutes. So that's on the overview on it. But let's see, we want more detail. Where's my inventory? Here's our inventory laid out similarly, right? What BIOS does it have on it? What Ivanti management is on it? Do we have inventory versions? What scanner version do we have out there? LDI scan on it is that version. What's the mass storage look like? What's my drive encryption look like? For example, on this guy, I'm not encrypted. He's off. I don't have protection set up on this guy. It gives us all that information. It also shows us where we got the data from. In this case, we got the data from the agent when it first checked in and inventory engine scanning in. If I had found this guy from an EPM connector or somewhere else, it would add all that data. And then we have this curated data where it's combining all of this into one nice, easy view. But if I want to see, well, what did the inventory actually find? It's going to show you a little bit different compared to what did the agent find. If you notice, the agent's a whole lot smaller on this side, and we're good to go that way. So that's a little bit on devices. Moving on, now that we have that device set up, let's get a little more information about this device that we can get out of Edge or our real time. Now, this is real time. We're going to look for that same machine again, and he's going to search, and he's going to tell me a little bit more about it. He's logged in as me. He's online. He was discovered a couple years ago. He happens to be in a city a few hours from where I'm currently sitting online. But the other thing is we can come in, we can look at this device. This is a real-time query on what's going on this device. In EPM, everything's inventory based, and as soon as the scan comes in, it's old. This is live, this is real-time. It's showing me exactly what's consuming it. And it looks like my Falcon Center is consuming most of my RAM on it, but I can drill down into that if I want to look at running processes, and I get a lot more information about this real time. I can also ask questions about this device or specific devices. Right now I'm looking at all devices, but let's say I can do, these are some recent searches I had in there, but it is in normal text, so show me BitLocker, for example. On there, it can come in and it will show me that right now I had 11 machines respond that were online of the 13, 8 and the coverage, but none of them have BitLocker. Well, I probably want to look into that and take care of that going on for what's going on with that. If I want to clear my results, and you can see we have some things to get you started. Well, what did I don't know what I want to ask. Do you want to look security BitLocker? What about firewall, or what about file vault and it shows you what OSs these are responsible for on that as well. So that's a little bit on the edge. It gives you that real-time instance that's new that we did not have in EPM because it wasn't real-time. We couldn't reach out and go grab that guy. I mentioned we were going to talk about bots here, so let's go look at bots. Bots are automation engines allowing us to take action in an automated process, an automated thing. Let's go ahead and create a new bot and give an idea on it. You can start from blank and just set up by yourself as you want to go, or we can start from a template. We're going to use a template just for example. It gives you more information. These are all pre-canned templates that we have set in here. And they can be as simple as a clean disk. If we create this guy, we'll give him a name and create a draft. And what it is this is our low code, no code process. And it's just a flow on it. You can come down, you can look at the queries, what your queries are, what you want to know about it, information, all kinds of information. We have 81 available queries, actions. Take action from it. We find free space, we find it equals to or less than 50, then let's clean the disk. And then you can publish this guy and target him against a group, and you can have him running all the time or just one time on it, and he's able to take action on it. So let's cancel that. We don't want to do a discard. But if we come and create another bot, that was pretty simplistic. Let's find my Windows 11. There we go. If we create this guy, we get a lot more complex. As you can see here, if I shrink this guy down, there's a whole lot of decision trees moving around on him that he's doing. We've populated this. You can come in and you can customize each one of these as needed for you, or you can make your own on it. But this will gives you the power, I can't speak today, I apologize, of automation and real-time access on this. But the key is the automated piece, and we just don't have that in EPM where we're an on-prem solution. Moving forward, in the interest of time, let's go. I mentioned we have application distribution, which is similar to the software disk. Let's cancel that guy. Now we come to app disks on here. In here, we have distribution. We have our catalog, our configurations, and deployment status. So let's go look at the catalog first. What the catalog is, this is your packages, guys. This is your software disk packages that you're from. Right now, we currently have Windows Package Manager, Winget commands. We can import EPM packages, and we have bundles. So we can bundle multiple packages together. Well, let's just go look at a Windows package. You give it information, its description, your publisher, version, category, if you want to do a categories on it. But really what you want to do your package is you got your download files, your executables. Does it have an MSI on, for example? If I click on MSI, it gives you this information. If I didn't want an execution, we pre-can it so you have something here so it's not just blank string. I can simply delete it and remove it there. So now I'm downloading the file and executing my MSI. Or I want to execute a script. Is it a PowerShell script? Yes. Do I have it? Enter the script here. Do I need a script editor? Okay, let's go ahead and we'll open up script editor. And now you're right into a PowerShell ICE type script for you on it. Once you have your packages out there, you can then deploy them. We have a few packages already created here, as you can see. You can see, is it on demand? The action I showed earlier was on demand. Is it there? Is it available? Yes or no? And then we can see what it's been targeted to. On this guy, we have an option of compliancy, pending, or not compliant. Compliance is successful. It's been out. Pending is obviously you have it started, or one machine's been targeted to it, but it hasn't started. Not compliant is where we deviate a little bit from EPM. Not compliant in this regard means that this package did not install, or it has been removed, and that you would want to reinstall that machine or move it back from it. you're able to do that and keep it in a compliant state or a not compliant state. And then you can look at, let's say I deployed what have I deployed to the Surface 3, and it looks like I deployed a RM notepad. It not compliant because it failed. And it can tell me, and I can drill in and troubleshoot on why it failed. And you can look there that on September 10th, this guy failed on him, and we failed with an exit code of 2, and we can take action from that at that point. Moving along again on time's sake, I mentioned we have patch management. There's a lot more sections on patch that we'll go into, but we do have our patch endpoint vulnerability information. If we look here, there's a machine that is missing a patch. This is a Mac that I own. You can see it's running that JF demo 1 that we talked about, but I can drill into this machine and get exactly what patch is missing from it. As it comes up, and you can see I'm missing Sequoia 15.7.1, which came out on the 29th. So I'm okay. It's been out a couple of days, but I really should deploy this patch out to this guy and get him taken care of. I think with that, Kate, we're probably about at time. We'll turn it back over to you, and we'll go from there.
Thank you, Jason. That was great.
We do have a question that popped. Does Neurons integrate with ITSM? Yes, it does. There is a connector that we can integrate into ITSM as well. Okay, with that, I think we'll wrap up a few minutes early and move there. Oh, good call out. Is OSD coming to Neurons? Yes, OSD will be coming to Neurons. Thank you. I was going to mention that. We are working on phase 1 of OSD right now right now, as of October 2nd, when we're recording this demo. If you're watching it later, phase 1 will be vboot only, which allows you to boot from there. We will continue to build out OS deployment through 2026 coming out. So thank you for the reminder on that question. And we're excited to get that. And when we have that, we'll bring you guys another demo specifically around OSD.
Yeah, that's a great question, because we're getting a lot more on that in first half of 2026. So we're very excited.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thanks everyone for your time, and hope this helped. And just feel free to reach out with any questions.